How much meat can you eat and still be considered eating a whole food plant-based diet? Most people would answer 0, and indeed a 100% whole food plant-based diet and lifestyle has many benefits. That's usually the goal, including the longest, healthiest lifespans. It's also the most therapeutic for reversing serious health conditions like cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. But others would say that a 95% whole food plant-based diet is a viable option. I'm Stephanie Leach. I'm a certified health coach and juice therapist, and if you're interested in juicing or a plant-based diet, be sure and subscribe to this channel and click the bell to be notified when I post new videos. Now, committing to that 100% goal can often be a roadblock. Many people just can't imagine never eating a piece of meat again, so they don't even try. They don't even start down the road to eating mostly plant-based. And so they tragically miss out on the many health benefits of eliminating much of the cause of today's chronic diseases. Others abandon this lifestyle because they find social pressure from friends and family just a little bit too much to handle. Turning down food made with love, even though it may be damaging to their health, just feels wrong. Or they abandon this way of eating because they can't eat perfectly whole food plant-based all of the time, avoiding oils, processed foods, meat, dairy, or eggs, 100% of the time. So if you identify with any of these thoughts and feelings around adopting a whole food plant-based lifestyle, I want to assure you that I understand. As a wife, mother, daughter, and friend, I have experienced the many challenges that come with adopting this way of eating. And it took time, research, and experimentation to determine what I was comfortable with allowing in the way of oil, processed foods, and animal products. And this has changed over the years, and no doubt yours will too. If going 100% whole food plant-based is stopping you, I'd like you to consider committing to a 95% whole food plant-based diet. This way of eating is supported by research. The traditional Okinawan diet, where many people live healthfully to 100 and beyond, is 96% whole food plant-based. Only 4% of their diet comes from eggs, fish, meat, dairy, or oil. Many of the whole food plant-based doctors and leaders in the movement acknowledge that although there's some evidence, there really isn't a lot of evidence to suggest that eating 100% plant-based is healthier than eating 95% for people that are generally healthy. Dr. Joel Fuhrman, for instance, in his Nutritarian Eating Plan, which is a nutrient-dense whole food plant-based diet, allows for 10% or less of calories to come from less nutrient-dense foods, including animal products. He does recommend that commercially raised meat, cheese, and processed foods be limited to 5% or less. So let's get real about the 5%. What does 5% of your calories from animal-based foods look like? Because animal products are among the most calorie-dense food choices, the reality is that it doesn't take much to hit that number. So if you take a look at this slide, 1,500 calories a day works out to about 75 calories at 5%. 2,000 calorie a day diet times 5% is around 700 calories a week. So this chart shows how many calories are in common choices. As you can see, a large scrambled egg is about 100 calories. An ounce of baked chicken breast with no skin is about 46 calories. An ounce of turkey breast, no skin, is 37 calories. And an ounce of wild salmon cooked with dry heat is 51 calories. Chuck roast is around 89 calories an ounce, and ground beef is similar. So this 5% allowance does not include any processed or preserved meats that are proven to cause cancer, including deli lunch meat, bacon, ham, sausages, or the like. You probably avoid secondhand smoke because you don't want cancer, so why eat processed meat, which comes with a similar cancer risk? If you do choose to eat meat, try to make sure that, or eggs or fish, try to ensure that it's organic, wild caught, or pastured, and free of any added hormones or pesticides. Now, those 1 ounce portions aren't how we really eat in real life, so how could you make this work? So here are the recommendations of some plant-based doctors for those that are having difficulty with the 100% commitment. Dr. Pam Popper recommends limiting meat and fish to 2 or 3 times a week. Dr. Michael Klaper recommends limiting meat to the size of a deck of cards twice a week. And Dr. Joel Fuhrman recommends limiting meat to 6 to 8 ounces a week. Now this is sounding more doable, right? When it comes to excellent health, your overall dietary pattern is what is important. Now, there are some caveats, some cautions to consider. Number one, if you are new to this way of eating, I highly recommend going at least 30 days without any animal products or added oils. This will reset your palate to clean, health-promoting, nutrient-dense foods. If you're still eating foods with oils, meat, eggs, cheese, other dairy, you'll continue to crave these foods. And those cravings only go away when you completely eliminate them for a period of time. Number two, if you have an allergy or a sensitivity to certain foods, you should avoid them. Dairy messes me up, so I avoid it at all costs. I have worked too hard to get my digestion in good working order, and I know what I feel like when I'm eating it, so it's just not worth it. So if you know that you're sensitive to gluten or dairy or eggs or some other food, just avoid it like the plague. Caution number three, reintroducing meat, dairy, and eggs back into your diet, even in small quantities, can cause some people to slowly backslide to eating it on a regular basis and way more than 5% of overall calories. And what we eat, we crave. Your gut bacteria is different when you're eating animal products and it wants to be fed. Number four, if you are working on reversing cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, or some other serious health condition, go as close to 100% as possible. Your health is more important than pleasing family members or friends. They should want what's best for you, and if they feel rejected because you won't eat something that they've made, then that's just because they don't understand and don't have the information. So you can kindly explain to them that you're following a special diet to reverse your condition and assure them that you love them and you appreciate them. Now, a 95% commitment allows for some flexibility when you're not in complete control of your diet due to travel or dinner invitations. In most cases, a courtesy bite or a curiosity bite of a non-compliant food isn't going to wreck the health benefits of your mostly plant-based diet. But this only works if you can stop at one bite. And often that will only happen if you totally eliminate all animal foods for several months. After a good long stretch of eating only clean, plant-based proteins, a bite of meat or seafood is not going to taste good. I find this to be a huge advantage to avoiding that slippery slope back to the typical meat-centric Western diet. So I share all of this with you so that you know that you can achieve a healthy weight and body and enjoy a plant-based lifestyle that works for you. So if going 100% is stopping you, I invite you to commit to a 95% whole food plant-based diet. You will dramatically reduce your risk of chronic disease. You'll feel so much better. It is definitely worth doing. And if you're ready to adopt a mostly plant-based diet but could use some support, I work with clients that are done with dieting and ready to make a lifestyle change so that they can get healthy from the inside out. So click the link in the description box to learn more about how I work with clients with my programs. Now, if you haven't already joined us in the Juicing and Plant-Based Diet Support Group on Facebook, I invite you to join the group so that you can be surrounded with other people with similar goals. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more tips and recipes for living a nutrient-dense, whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Talk to you soon.